Every Christian will suffer and struggle with something. Anybody ever tell you that, come to Jesus, your problems will be over? Lied. In many respects, when you come to Christ, your problems just begin, because now you've picked up 3 new enemies, the world, the flesh, and the devil, and they hate all that God wants to do in your life. Rock and roll hero Alice Cooper says it like this. He says, getting drunk is easy. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, that's easy. Trashing your hotel room and living a wild life, that's easy. He says, following Jesus, now that is true rebellion. You're gonna struggle. Some of you are gonna struggle with a debilitating illness. Some of you are gonna struggle with a difficult marriage. Some of you are gonna struggle with cancer, broken or disordered relationships. Some of you will be besetting sins, addictions that you just seem to never be able to get over. For some of you, it will be the loss of friends. It'll be the loss of jobs. It'll be the loss of influence, simply because you are a Christian. You choose to be a Christian, and you choose to live under the authority of Christ. And so because of that, it doesn't make life easier in some respects. It makes life actually incredibly harder. Every Christian will suffer. Every Christian will struggle. And here's a line that we like to throw out in the midst of our struggle. Here's a phrase from Christianity 101. Here it is. God never gives you more than you can handle. You've heard it, you've said it, maybe you've plastered it on your Facebook page. You've seen it in Christian books. You've actually seen Christian books patterned after this entire philosophy. You've had it on your t-shirts. Some of you have it tattooed on your bodies. Something that grandma crocheted for you, hanging on your wall that says, God never gives you more than you can handle. The thing is ugly as sin, but you can't take it down because grandma would roll over in her grave. It's everywhere. There's just one problem. It's not in the Bible. God never said it. In fact, when I read the Bible, I find out that God has this nasty little habit of giving his chosen ones on a regular basis more than they can handle. He gave Noah a worldwide flood and building plans. He gave Abraham and Sarah the job of raising their first child at the age of 100. He gave Gideon an army of 300 to take on an army of 1 million. He gave David Goliath. He gave Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego a furnace that was heated 7 times hotter. He gave Daniel a lion's den. And then when Jesus shows up, it doesn't get any better. Whether it would be a storm in the middle of the ocean, or whether it be the 5,000 who were gathered to hear Jesus preach, and at the end of the day, the disciples say, Lord, can you please dismiss this crowd because they're getting hungry and they're looking at us. Can you dismiss them? Jesus said what to them? He said, you give them something to eat. In fact, when Jesus dies and is buried and rises again on the 3rd day, he turns to those 12 guys who most of the time didn't have a clue what he was saying and said, please begin to change the world in my name. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. God is in the habit of repeatedly giving his people more than they could handle on a regular basis. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how God develops and strengthens your faith.